don't get no we getting cash, boy. Yeah, we in the block making hella noise. Get bitch, then I give her back, boy. Yeah, I'm a big dog, you a little dog. I ain't never give a I keep it 10. Catch a nigga lacking, I'ma do him right. Smack him up and traffic, we gon' kill him in the truck. We ain't never give a you real blood. Vultures and snakes, bitch, we gon' do us. You niggas be hoes, we gon' slide right to them. Glizzy on the country, caught him walking out the house. We do this shit, don't let the thank for blocking you a mouse. You lucky that you capping, nigga, told you watch your mouth. I'll meet you at your funeral with 2 shots at the scalp. And have 4 of them kill everybody that walk out.
Miami Beach was alive that night. Luxury cars flooded the streets, music echoed through packed crowds, and thousands of people had traveled from all over the country for one of the biggest rap weekends of the year. But somewhere inside the chaos, someone was waiting, not for a concert, not for a party, for a moment. And when that moment finally came, a rising Chicago rapper would end up collapsing onto a crowded Miami street as terrified people scattered in every direction. At first, almost nobody understood what had happened. There were screams, confusion, rumors spreading instantly online, and then one haunting question began circulating across social media. Why was AAB Hellabandz killed? Because according to people close to him, this didn't feel random. This felt targeted. Ameer Golston, better known as AAB Hellabandz, was trying to make his name ring louder inside Chicago's drill scene. At just 24 years old, he already carried the image that came with drill culture, street reputation, aggressive music, and lyrics that blurred the line between entertainment and real life. Songs like Got the Strap and Mad were helping him gain momentum online. His videos pulled viewers in with raw energy, dark production, and the kind of authenticity drill fans gravitated toward. But behind the music, there were whispers about a lifestyle that followed him everywhere. People around Chicago knew his name, not just because of rap, but because controversy always seemed close behind. And by 2019, that controversy may have followed him all the way to Miami, because while millions were focused on Rolling Loud weekend, something much darker was quietly unfolding in the background. Ameer Golston, May 11, 2019. South Florida was packed with rappers, entourages, influencers, and fans. The entire weekend already felt tense. Violence had started erupting across different areas connected to the festival atmosphere. Arguments, fights, shootings. It seemed like every few hours another incident was being reported online.
3 days, 3 shootings, one common thread. Tonight, police in 3 South Florida cities are involved in separate investigations into violence involving rappers in town for the Rolling Loud Festival. CBS 4's Ty Russell is live at Miami Gardens with the latest on this weekend of violence. Ty?
Well, Elliot, I should first mention that crews are still taking down the stage here, along with the amusement rides that were at this weekend's festival. And at the same time, police throughout Miami-Dade County are still wondering why rappers and or their entourages were involved in such a violent weekend. Police are on the hunt for the gunman in 3 shootings in Miami-Dade. Each one is connected to a rapper and their entourage who were either performing or just in the area for Rolling Loud.
May 10th, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens, Rolling Loud.
It's so popular, the Miami Gardens mayor and the event co-founder sent out a hype video for the hip-hop festival.
Mayor approved, Rolling Loud, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens.
Now, police are wondering if the shootings are connected and what sparked the violence in each one. Most recently, Sunday in Sunny Isles Beach outside Trump International Beach Resort, the reported 19-year-old girlfriend of rapper Kentrell Golden, many know as NBA Youngboy, was shot. Police say it happened as the woman and the rapper were leaving the resort. Investigators say an innocent bystander was also shot and killed, and a 5-year-old boy was grazed by a bullet. Police detained and questioned 11 people who have since been released. On Saturday, 24-year-old Ameer Golston, many know as AAB Hellabandz, was shot and killed outside Cameo nightclub in Miami Beach.
We now have surveillance video that we're sharing for the first time of the shooter in this incident.
This is video of the rapper before the shooting. Since then, police released surveillance video of the suspect running across busy Washington Avenue.
This is early Saturday morning on Miami Beach, Espanola Way. You'll see in the video lots of folks there. Thankfully, no one else was wounded. They could have easily been wounded.
Friday, police say a party bus was shot at on I-95 at North Miami, injuring a woman inside. Police say the bus had a rapper's entourage. Investigators didn't identify the rapper, but they say that person wasn't on the bus. Now tonight, I made several phone calls and sent emails to the mayor of Miami Gardens, to Rolling Loud, and including other officials. I asked several questions, including, will the festival return next year? And tonight, I'm still waiting to hear back.
And somewhere in the middle of all that chaos, AAB Hellabandz ended up outside Cameo nightclub in Miami Beach. The street was crowded. People were everywhere. Cars lined the road. Music blasted into the night air. Then suddenly, gunshots. Panic exploded instantly. Witnesses started running. Some ducked behind cars. Others sprinted into nearby businesses trying to escape. And when the confusion finally settled, Hellabandz had been shot. Multiple reports say he died right there near the scene.
Seeing surveillance video from another deadly shooting, one that claimed the life of a visiting rapper from Chicago on South Beach. Local 10's Leanne Motorhome is live now to give us a look at that crucial clue tonight. Leanne.
Well, this rapper was gunned down in front of Cameo nightclub. A second person was injured and rushed to the hospital. Police telling us that person is in stable condition. And you said it, Calvin, Miami Beach police are releasing some surveillance video they say captures the shooter as he tries to run away.
Newly released video obtained from the Miami Beach Police Department shows people running for their lives on South Beach. Moments later, this man is seen running diagonally across Washington Avenue. Miami Beach police now say they believe this is the man who opened fire, killing 24-year-old Ameer Golston, better known as rapper AAB Hellabandz, and sending another man to the hospital.
We believe he is between 25 and 35 years old. He's between 5'6" and 5'8". Weighs between 180 and 200 pounds.
Miami Beach police say the shooting happened at 2:37 a.m. Saturday morning. According to investigators, an officer in the area heard the gunfire and responded to find 2 people shot. Cell phone video also captured what happened after Golston was shot and collapsed in the middle of Espanola Way. Surveillance video from Cameo nightclub showed people running away from the shooting while several cars speed away.
I'm walking by, seeing a body in the middle of the street. I think it's kind of crazy on Miami Beach.
The second victim was rushed to Jackson Memorial Hospital and is said to be in stable condition today. Now police say they're working with local, out-of-state and federal partners to determine whether Golston had any enemies.
We do know the victim in this case was wanted out of Atlanta PD. Actually, he had an active warrant for attempted murder, armed robbery.
Investigators also say they need your help to identify the suspect.
We're asking the public for any information leading to the arrest of this individual.
And there were a few people that Miami Beach police caught up with right after the shooting. In fact, they tried to stop a couple of cars. They even said that one of the people in those cars had a weapon. They were trying to see whether any of those people had a connection to this incident, but they say none of those people were arrested, and so the search for the shooter continues, and that's why they've put out that surveillance video in hopes of catching up with that suspect who ran away.
Right in the middle of one of the busiest weekends Miami Beach has seen all year. But what made the situation even stranger was how quickly the shooter disappeared. No immediate arrest, no clear suspect, just confusion and fear. Then, investigators uncovered something that raised even more questions: surveillance footage. As detectives searched for answers, Miami Beach police released surveillance footage connected to the shooting. The video was brief but disturbing. It allegedly showed a suspect jogging away from the area immediately after the gunfire erupted, not sprinting in panic, not stumbling through chaos, jogging calmly, almost like the person already knew exactly where they were going. That image stuck with people online because it made the murder feel even more calculated. Social media exploded with theories. Some believed the shooting was tied to old Chicago conflicts. Others thought the violence connected to Rolling Loud weekend created the perfect environment for retaliation. And then another detail surfaced. Authorities revealed that at the same time of his death, Ameer Golston was reportedly wanted in Atlanta on attempted murder and armed robbery charges. Suddenly, the case became even more complicated because now investigators had to figure out whether this killing started in Miami or whether it began long before he even arrived there. For nearly 2 years, questions continued piling up, but answers stayed limited, and eventually people started wondering if the case would ever be solved at all.
To break in the case after a Chicago rapper was murdered outside a South Beach nightclub.
Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live with more on the suspect arrested and how detectives tracked him down. Janine.
And detectives describe this as an assassination-style shooting right here on Washington Avenue. They say they now have their man.
Don't make something so simple turn to a big issue.
Rapper AAB Hellabandz, whose real name was Ameer Golston, was gunned down outside Club Cameo on South Beach, May of 2019, and it made national headlines.
Austin Hall.
Now 2 years later, police have arrested this man, Austin Hall, who they say is the same man seen in surveillance video running from the scene.
It was pretty brazen to assassinate somebody in the middle of the street next to a nightclub that was packed.
Miami Beach homicide detective Alberto Porro says his team started piecing together video, phone records, and the movements of Hall's associates, which led them to Chicago and Chicago police.
Without them, this would be an unsolved case right now.
It turns out, according to police, Hall had been convicted on an armed robbery charge there, but before going into custody, he came here to Miami Beach. The shooting, according to this warrant, was retaliation for a shooting Hellabandz committed.
But Chicago gave us that piece that led us to the subject, led us to proving who that subject was.
Police did surveillance on Hall after he was released on probation, and Porro and his team went to the Windy City to make the arrest.
So this case had to be done slowly and surely to build it to the point that we are now, that we're pretty confident that when this goes to trial or this goes in front of a judge, there's no doubt.
And Hall was extradited here to Miami-Dade County. He is right now behind bars. He faces a first-degree murder charge.
Then finally, 2 years later, everything changed. In May of 2021, Miami Beach detectives announced they had identified and arrested a suspect connected to the murder. Exactly 2 years after Hellabandz was killed, investigators never forgot the case. They reportedly spent years piecing together surveillance footage, tracking movements, and rebuilding the timeline from that chaotic night. But even after the arrest, the mystery surrounding the murder never fully disappeared because people still debated the same question. What was the real motive? Was it personal? Was it connected to street politics? Or was Miami simply the final stop in a conflict that started hundreds of miles away? To this day, many people believe there's far more to the story than what the public knows. AAB Hellabandz came to Miami during one of the biggest music weekends of the year. Thousands of people, bright lights, packed streets, and endless attention. But somewhere hidden inside all that excitement was danger. And in just a few seconds, everything was over. A rising rapper lost his life. A city was left searching for answers. And surveillance footage captured a figure disappearing into the night. Even years later, the case still feels haunting. Because the deeper you look into that weekend, the more it starts to feel like nobody really knew who was being watched until it was already too late. Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the crazy story of AAB Hellabandz, man. Hey, get in that comment section, let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!